Blockchain developer platform Alchemy has seen exponential growth just over the past 6 months, and that's in part to the explosion of NFTs. This platform acts as a middleman between the blockchain and developers to create things like apps, NFTs, or video games, and drawing comparisons to the likes of Amazon Web Services. Alchemy recently completed a $250 million Series C fundraising round, which values them around $3.5 billion. Joining me now is Kate Rooney with Alchemy's co-founder and CEO, Nikhil Viswanathan. Kate, kick things off for us.
Of course. Thanks so much, Kelly. Nikhil, great to see you. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. And Kelly talked about some of the other applications. People hear blockchain. A lot of times they think about Bitcoin, but blockchain has really moved beyond finance. Some are calling this Web 3.0 in some instances. What are you seeing being built on this technology, and where are you seeing the most growth right now?
Absolutely. So we see a lot of growth because Alchemy is the developer platform powering the space. What we're seeing now is an explosion of different industries: music, real estate, finance, and real applications moving in and being used. For example, Adobe, TikTok, these types of companies are all building real applications on the blockchain.
Got it. And Alchemy so far has really cornered the market here with NFTs. What's stopping, an Amazon from coming in? And you've made the comparison to AWS. Why wouldn't Amazon just build their own version of this? And why wouldn't a big tech company come in and try to steal market share here?
What we're seeing is a lot of big companies are trying to move in. It's a very complex technology and it's taken us years to build. And we've really focused on providing a great developer experience. So we've been able to dominate the market share.
Nikhil, it's Kelly. I just wanted to ask you about this headline from last week. There was a CryptoPunk NFT that was sold for $530 million, sort of to itself. And it started all of this sort of discussion about how trustworthy these transactions are. Are they really representing true value that's rising in the NFT space, or is it somehow all just smoke and mirrors? What can you tell us about that and about the activity that you see happening?
That's a great question. What I would really liken it to is 1999. You saw a lot of companies like Webvan, Pets.com that didn't survive and weren't maybe real use cases at the time. But the real key interesting insight here is that the technology of the internet was really useful. And I think what we'll see is a similar thing in blockchain and NFTs in particular. You see a lot of projects which may not be around, a lot of maybe people trading to themselves, but the core use case of NFT and ownership is powering the future of the Web3.
Got it. Nikhil, I want to ask you about DeFi. SEC Chairman Gary Gensler has said that it's essentially a misnomer to say that some of these applications are actually decentralized. Does Alchemy have to do any sort of background checks to make sure that you guys aren't powering applications that might be violating securities laws? And are you worried about some of the reputational risk if the SEC does clamp down on DeFi?
That's a great question. What we are is effectively like an platform that is agnostic to a use case. So when you look at Amazon Web Services, they power DoorDash and Uber and all these different companies. Very similarly, we don't actually deal with the finances. So what we do is just provide an open platform that anybody can build on.
Got it. And I also want to ask you about the metaverse. We've had Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook moving in. A lot of your partners are already working on certain aspects of the metaverse. What do you think? Is it a good thing to have Facebook involved here?
I think, Facebook is one of the largest and most influential companies in terms of consumer products. And as we move towards the Web3 and the metaverse, I think they will be very helpful in laying the groundwork for this new technology.